I'm Gage Paul, and this is our Bloodborne Games Outfit Review. As you first enter the town of Yharnam, you'll find yourself dying constantly. But with each death, you'll make it a little farther on your hunt. Until eventually you're butchering enemies that seemed impossible to beat an hour ago. This is what makes Bloodborne so addictive. Yes, you will die a lot, but the satisfaction of barely defeating a boss that's killed you 20 times in a row is almost unparalleled in games. Although not an official part of the Souls series, Bloodborne is definitely still in the same genre. Blood Echoes take the place of Souls, allowing you to level up and purchase items. You still find yourself fighting seemingly undefeatable bosses. And you definitely still die. But the changes that Bloodborne makes to the genre really help it stand out a lot. As opposed to a shield, Bloodborne equips you with a gun that is you dancing around your enemies, firing right before you're hit to counter them and pull off a deadly visceral attack. Allowing you to recover health shortly after taking damage also gives the player a good incentive to play aggressively. Many times I would dispatch a group of enemies sloppily, but still come out with half health or more just by staying on the attack. Each weapon also has a different mode that allows you to change your playstyle on the fly. The cane, for example, allows for faster, weaker attacks normally, but when extended, becomes a powerful whip that extends your range at the cost of attack speed. Changing form mid-attack also allows for interesting combos. Similar to Demon Souls, Bloodborne has a hub that's referred to as the Hunter's Dream. Here players can level up, purchase items, modify their weapons, and equip runes. Although it's nice that there is one safe place to retreat to in Bloodborne, having to go through a load screen to get there every time can be quite frustrating, especially with the game's long load times. Bloodborne's Victorian setting looks amazing. Similar to Dark Souls, the world is large but feels intricately connected. As you progress through the game, you'll open up shortcuts that connect all parts of the world. With tons of secrets hidden within Yharnam, exploration and discovery is one of the game's greatest strengths. With New Game Plus and an array of optional quests, dungeons, and bosses, I will definitely be coming back for multiple playthroughs. The story of Bloodborne can understandably leave a lot to be desired at first. You are a hunter who has an affliction. You're told the key to curing your affliction is within Yharnam, and if you play through the game without exploring, this is probably all you'll know about the story, but it goes much deeper than that. Similar to the Souls games, key pieces of lore can be found by talking to NPCs that are hiding around the world and reading the item descriptions. Although this style of storytelling isn't for everyone, it rewards players who meticulously explore by fleshing out Bloodborne's unsettling world. With a huge variety of enemies, Bloodborne keeps you constantly on your toes. Each new area brings new enemies with unique attacks that you'll have to learn if you want to stand a chance of survival. Bloodborne also has some of the most interesting bosses. As opposed to feeling like one glorified enemy, all the bosses feel unique. Bosses will probably kill you more than anything else in Bloodborne, but they're also the most satisfying part of the game. The feeling of just barely taking down a boss that you've been struggling with is almost unparalleled in games. Also, if you're really struggling with a boss, you can summon a friend to help you take him down. My only other concern with the game is the apparent lack of loot. With only a handful of weapons and armor, there appears to be less options for how to spec your character in Bloodborne. This might mean less build options for people who are into the game's PvP. The small gripes I have with Bloodborne are overshadowed by its sheer level of polish and depth. With amazing bosses, unique combat, and an interesting world, I'll definitely be coming back to Bloodborne. I give Bloodborne a 4.5 out of 5.